Hello, everyone, and good afternoon, and welcome to the Facebook launch of Timeless Regency Collection To Kiss A Wallflower by Jen Geigle Johnson, Heather B. Moore, and Anneka R. Walker. We are thrilled to have all three authors with us today to celebrate this book, and Anneka is making her timeless debut with this anthology, so that's really exciting, and it is her birthday. So everyone say happy birthday, off into the universe. So welcome, Anneka, and thank you for being here, and happy birthday. So thanks for taking a few minutes with us this afternoon on your busy plans. So let's talk about real quick, and then we'll have the authors introduce themselves. We have giveaways today for the Facebook launch of this book. And as always, Facebook is not responsible for this giveaway. We are. So it will be winner's choice of an ebook from each author. So there'll be 3 winners there. And then we'll have another winner, a grand prize winner of an Amazon gift card for $50. So that's pretty great. I wish I was eligible for that, but alas, I am not. And neither are Heather and Jen and Anneka. So there we go. So enough of the business. Welcome, authors. Welcome. We'll have Jen introduce herself, then Heather, then Anneka.
I'm so happy to be here. Jen Geigle Johnson, thrilled with my co-authors, Anneka and Heather. Love working with you, Mindy, as always. I write a lot of Regency romance, some historical fictions coming your way. I write contemporary romance also. I have a To Kiss a Billionaire out with Timeless also, which is kind of fun, under the name of Sophia Summers. But I've just kind of lived in this era, this historical time period. It's so fun for me to explore romance during this time and the clean and wholesome version of it. So this was one of my favorite ones to write. Wallflowers are awesome. I think we can relate to them just a little bit, So anyway, that's me.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. Heather.
So my name is Heather B. Moore. Don't forget the B. And I write mostly historical. I haven't written any full Regency romance novels, but it's been really, really fun to kind of dabble. I feel like I'm dabbling in the shorter novella. I just feel like it's just enough set apart from our world that it is an escape read. But yet there's a lot of things to relate to. So I was able to listen to the audio in advance of all the stories, and I'll tell you, I hope you will love them. I love them, and I do a lot of reading. So if I say I love something, then it's very true.
Thanks,
that's
Heather.
my marketing pitch, I guess.
It's working. I'm Anneka Walker, and I am so excited to be a part of this anthology. I am a huge fan of the Timeless romance anthologies, and I have been for years. They were so perfect to read during nap times, and they've been getting me through life for a while. So I was so honored to be part of this. And the Wallflower theme has been super fun. I've never written a story like that, and I've written several Regencies. And it was just so fun to do it with Jen and Heather too. I felt like the stories are so different, and yet they really work well together.
Thank you so much. And why don't we have there's some comments that I can't say your name. Sorry, it just says Facebook user, but we have a lot of happy birthday Annekas. So that's really sweet.
You.
Yes. And then Marley Merrill said she finished her arc yesterday and she loved it and said that you 3 are amazing, which I have to agree. So why don't you take, turns just talking about, it's probably been a while since you wrote these books. So maybe try to, okay, what was her name? What's his name? Maybe just tell us about your book in this anthology, in your section. And who wants to go first? Jen, why don't you go first?
Okay. I was like, are we sticking with the order or what?
Let's just do that.
Okay. So I titled mine The Wallflowers Dance, and mostly I love those waltz scenes that I cheat on a little bit and throw them in a lot more than people probably waltzed, but I just love to have the moments on the dance floor. It's magical for me. So I utilize waltzing or dancing quite a bit in the story, but it also is a friends to lovers. I like to call it that trope where They've been friends a long time. She's so shy. She's the kind of shy that she just gets totally tongue-tied and nervous whenever she talks to anybody. And so, but she can talk to Denny, her friend, and I just love them. I love their relationship and their friendship and the trust they have. And then it's that when he starts to see the whole world fall at her feet and realizes he could lose her, he starts to realize, wait a minute, not only do I want to protect my friend, but I want to be with my friend. I love her more differently. So anyway, it was really fun to play with that, throw in a bad Duke who nobody likes. And I just thought I had just the best time with this. Yeah, honestly, sometimes with these anthologies, they're short enough, you can just get a taste of a character you just love and you kind of fall in love with them. And that I didn't linger long enough to get tired of them. I just loved this story that, between my two friends. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say because I want you to go read it because there's an extra little intrigue in there.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. Heather.
Well, I'm going to comment on Jen's story too. So one of the funniest parts, like Jen, like some of her stories are more, more serious, but the ones that she's done for the Timeless Romance anthologies they're really witty. And this one, both of the main characters, they say, okay, well, they both are kind of getting pressure to get married, and they both say, well, we have to approve of each other's, intended. And of course, that just leads to, well, I don't approve of her and I don't approve of him. And so you kind of see how that's just never going to work because they're never going to approve of the others, seeing someone else. So that was really cute. For my story, it's called Letters to a Wallflower. And basically the premise is that the main character, Ellen Young, I think, Miss Young, she is very beautiful. And I know there's a lot of reviewers out there that say, well, we're so tired of the characters being beautiful and perfect. Well, she's not perfect, but she does not like being beautiful because she's obsessed with gardening and her roses, and she wants to be in the country. She wants to leave London as soon as possible. And then we enter the hero in the story, and he also is frustrated with the London season. He is actively looking for a wife because of his mother's pushiness, but he also wants to be back in the country. So they have a lot of things in common, but obviously they have to meet in kind of a crazy way. And they meet because the main character, or the heroine, that Ellen, she's betting her cousin that if she dresses in clothes that don't fit and don't look good on her and go stand with a wallflower, that no one will ask her to dance. So of course everything turns upside down after that.
Awesome.
I literally loved that. That was so clever and really fun to read. So, or actually listen, I listened to the audio, but yeah, it was awesome.
So fun.
We all love
Anneka, take it away.
Okay, I'm going to comment too on the others because that's not fair. So with Heather's, I really enjoyed her descriptions. I could really picture them. I like the eye colors. One was like the color of leaves wet after rain. I mean, that just spoke to my writer heart. I was like, stop, that is so good. And with Jen's, I loved the friends to lovers vibe that was going on. And I just have to laugh, Jen, that you said at the end, my friends. Because you really feel that way after you write these characters, that they're real and they're not, but you feel that way. But they were darling too, just so good. Okay, my story is To Marry a Wallflower, and it's a marriage of convenience story. And Charlotte is shy, like you would imagine a wallflower to be, and she likes to hide behind her fan, and she just feels safer there. And she gets engaged to Lord Templeton, and she wants to get to know him without introducing herself to him. So she pretends to be a cousin, and she gets him mixed up with somebody else. So she thinks she's getting to know Lord Templeton's friend. And anyway, there's some fun in there and some cute scenes, and I absolutely adored writing it.
Oh, so fun. Thank you.
I got to comment on Anneka's book too. I really like the twists and turns because as she started setting it up, I'm like, oh, I kind of see how this is going to go. As a reader, you're just, if you read a lot of romances, there's kind of the predictable arc, which is fine because you're reading it because you want that warm, fuzzy, happy ever after and kind of escape from other stuff going on in your life. But with Anneka's, I was like, well, wait a minute, that's different. And I did, and she brought up the fan, how her main character will kind of hide behind the fan. And I love that because it also becomes kind of a key characteristic later on. It's a kind of a plot device that works. And I won't give away because I'd have to give away why. So, but yeah, it was a really fun story to read as well, because I felt like I was just kind of surprised multiple times.
Oh,
yeah, bold attempt to like do mistaken identity plus marriage of convenience, and like it worked so well
in a novella, like in a shorter story too. Yeah,
great. It was awesome, really fun.
Well, I'm sure that our readers will agree. I mean, that's just one thing. I've been told at times that I'm an impatient reader. So these anthologies are just perfect, because then you're just like, oh, yay, everything's moving and you're getting to the point, and that's what I love, So these are perfect. So I'll just go ahead and read some more comments. This was such a great anthology from a Facebook user. I'm sorry I can't say your name, but and Sheila Staley, hi Sheila, said that she loved that she read a book at the ball. That's something I do, and that's totally something Sheila would do. So, and Shaylin said these tropes are my favorite, and I love that you combine them. So that's so fun. We're just getting so many great comments. So remember to keep your comments and questions coming to our authors, because the giveaway is winner's choice of an ebook from each of the authors. So there'll be 3 winners for that. And then we have a grand prize of an Amazon gift card of $50. So that's pretty grand, I would say. So let's keep those questions and comments coming. So let's just have quickly, each of the authors, they kind of mentioned like some things that writing that they're doing and things. So, but maybe just tell us what is coming up for you guys. So we'll actually go opposite. We'll have Anneka start.
Okay, well, besides this book, which I'm so excited for, I have another book releasing next month, July 11th. The Dreaming Beauty comes out, and it is the second book in my Regency Enchanted series. And I am working on the 3rd book right now in my writing, and I'm also in edits for my second Matchmaking Mamas book. So that's what's coming for me.
You are busy. Okay, Heather, you'll be second, just because that's just how it works.
So I have a book coming out on July 12th. So maybe Anneka and I need to do another Facebook Live. And
yes.
It's one of my small town romance. It's the Prosperity Ranch series. And I'm really excited because once that comes out, it will complete the series. Well, it's actually book number 4, and there's another one that is available free on Prolific Works, which is kind of a promotion going on. So book number 5 is technically free, but it will be available on Kindle like next spring. So, but as far as the series is concerned, it's done. So that one comes out July 12th. It is, okay, this is kind of weird. It is a Christmas book. Christmas, like totally Christmas story, like set in December, but I decided I'm doing Christmas in July release. So we'll see.
Nice. That will work. That will work. I'm not a heat person, so anything that mentions cold is fine with me. So that will be great. Jen.
I love that. I'm excited to read both of your stories. I'm intrigued by this Dreaming Beauty title.
Yes.
And Christmas in July, I'm there. So you're both kind of automatic buys for me. So that's really fun. So this will be a fun summer for me, because I'm trying to give myself space to read and enjoy and not always just be writing. So it's really fun. So what am I working on? So I have a book coming in August. My head's all about royals right now. I was creating graphics with crowns and remembering my Regency Royal series. And I was all focused on kings and queens and handsome princes all morning long. So it's really fun for me to have this series going of brothers in a northern imaginary country called Oldenburg. And the 3rd book's coming in August. So it's Mark's story. And he was a little bit of a flirt in my last book. So a lot of people wanted to hear more from Mark. So he became book 3. And it's called A Tenuous Betrothal. And it is an arranged marriage. But right from the get-go, they both kind of rebel against the idea. And so it's kind of a touch and go situation all through the book, and she ends up having her pick of all Oldenburg princes. So this is going to be fun, I think, and that's coming in August. And then after that, I'm launching another Regency series of a matchmaking man, and I've introduced him in several other books at the end of my Sisters of Sussex and stuff. So it's called To Win Her Hand, and that'll be coming out this fall. And I don't know what else is coming down the road. So many things, but yeah,
that's so awesome. It's good to have options.
Yeah.
You guys are all just so amazing. So we do have some questions coming in, which is awesome. Thank you. So, and someone said they've pre-ordered the Dreaming Beauty. So that's really nice. Cindy Johnson said she's doing that. Yeah. So we've got a question from Kelly Murray. Do you find it challenging to write a story that hasn't already been done? Is it a good challenge or a bad challenge? Anybody can go.
I think so. Honestly, every story has been done. Exactly. I feel like, and so like if you just like basic plot or boy meets girl, all that those kind of plots. So and Jen had brought up tropes as well. So there's a lot of tropes, especially in romance. So the whole thing is just to make it your own, and it's fun if you can do a twist, and something that maybe follows a trope that everyone loves, like enemies to lover or whatever, and then turn it on its head a little bit. So the thing about writing, you have to decide, okay, I'm just going to write this story and not worry about what else is out there. Sometimes you'll be like getting feedback like, oh, this kind of reminds me of this book, and it really, and obviously is a totally different book, but there's just going to be similarities out there, and sometimes things just float in the air and just land on the same, a bunch of authors, and they get like very similar ideas.
That's perfect, though. That is a good answer, because you're right. Everything's been done, but you just theirs is a way to make it your own. So does Jen or Anneka, do you want to touch on that at all? Or
I feel like she kind of covered it.
I think it was pretty much taken care of. So we can move on. So
it's fun to add a little spice to any story, right? Just a little something that is different. That's all. Yeah.
Hold on. There is some up here that I missed. So Michelle Jolly asks, this is a cute question. Do you consider yourself a wallflower? So Anneka, do you want to answer that one?
Sure. I think up until 9th grade, I was really reserved. I definitely would have been a wallflower. And then I made a conscious choice to put myself out there more because I wanted to be a different person. And I feel like I'm a work in progress. I'm a wallflower that is trying to be more extroverted. I still have some moments. But I've come a long way.
That's awesome. Thank you. Heather or Jen, do you want to touch on that? Are you wallflowers, Jen? I don't think you're a wallflower.
I have a similar experience to Anneka, though. It's a conscious choice. Like when I was in 7th grade, we moved to England, and that's where I thought, new beginning. I'm going to totally not be shy. And I just consciously made effort. But yeah, I feel like I am extroverted by nature, but I was just shy, scared to be extroverted. I don't know how to.
Well, it is hard to put yourself out there, especially in a new country. I mean, that's a little tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like kind of like Anneka. I felt like I was very shy and reserved, and maybe introverted. I don't know, but I felt like if I was in a group of people where I didn't know people, I would just be the person that was quiet. And I'm still that way. If there's a lot of people just talking, I'm usually pretty quiet. But if it's a smaller group or one-on-one, I can definitely, but I do make a conscious choice. Okay, I came to this event. I need to go introduce myself or greet people. And sometimes I just, I feel nervous doing it or awkward, but I just kind of force myself. And then I'm always glad I did.
Yeah, because then it always brings new things and new conversations, and that always helps too. So. All right, let me look for some more comments. Facebook user asked, will there be an audiobook? And there will be. We mentioned that at the beginning, and she did admit she was late, and that's totally fine. You can watch this later. And so it will be available on our Facebook page for a while, and I'll probably pick the winners probably sometime tomorrow. So you've got until tomorrow to check those. So let's just look for one more question, and then we'll wrap things up.
Can I say
Let's
something
see.
really quick about the audiobook?
Yes, please.
So most of my all of my audiobooks up until this point have all been narrated by a female. And something that is so fun about this audiobook is you get the male's perspective from a man. And I know this might not be
that's
to
awesome,
you guys, but it was so fun to hear the alternating chapters between the man and the woman narrating. So fun.
And I love both the narrators. The female narrator, her name is Shakira, and she actually had listened to another book, and I had loved her voice. And so I've known. So Shane East is a narrator, and he actually has narrated some of my other books under another name, Shane or Steve West. And so when I contacted him, he actually suggested Shakira, and I knew she was already. I'm like, yes. So because he did all the producing of it, so he was the go-between with everything. But it's so when we were proofing the audiobook, I was you kind of just get chills every time the voice changed, because it just really brings the story to life, and it's really fun to listen to.
They're so talented.
That is really fun. Thanks for mentioning that, Anneka, because that is a great point to bring out. I really love that. And let's see. Goodness. Okay. Well, actually, I think this is a great thing to close on. So Kelly Murray is asking, do you have a favorite book of your own? So Jen, do you want to go first on that?
Oh, that's like saying who's your favorite kid.
I know, that's kind of hard, actually. So the other two are like, yay, I'm not first. No.
But Kelly, I appreciate your question. That's such a good question. So I have a tender spot in my heart for my first book. I would love to rewrite that first book. I'd love to, change all the phrasing and everything, but it was my baby entrance into the literary world, and The Nobleman's Daughter will just always have a special place in my heart. I don't know that it's my favorite that I would say, oh, read this, it's my best. It has it's very unique. It's completely unique almost from anything I've ever written, and it was my first. So I claim it as my favorite. I'm the oldest child, right? First or the best. I don't know.
I would say my favorite book I've written, and I don't know, it's like Jen. I mean, every book I've liked for a different reason. The one I wrote on my ancestor who was accused of witchcraft during the Salem witch trials, it's called Condemning Not. And that was just a very personal book. I ended up self-publishing it, and I have my one of my daughters on the cover. So it's kind of like a family thing. And I just feel like that book just is something that it wasn't just to write a book and for my readers, but it was for my family as well. So
that's awesome.
Anneka? You couldn't have picked a harder question. Do I like chocolate? Yes. Do I like my favorite book I wrote? I don't know. I think just different parts of different books I could say I like. Right now, the book I'm writing, it's a Cinderella story, and I'm writing about some Czech ancestry, and I am loving going through my family history. And so I imagine I'm going to love this one. But you come to you go through the process, and then you're like, I don't know if I like that anymore, because you almost kill the story because you read it through so many times. And then in a few years, you can be like, oh yeah, I like that. It's sweet again, But I don't know. I'm at the fun part where I'm creating, and so I love it.
That's a good way to put it too. It is hard to pick. So that was a good question. So thanks, Kelly. Well, we are going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. And Anneka, we hope you have a wonderful birthday.
Thank you.
And thank you, Jen and Heather, also for being here. And reminder of the giveaway, you can still watch the video and comment, and each comment will enter you into the giveaway. And it's an ebook of each author, winner's choice of one of their ebooks. And so there'll be 3 winners selected for each author. And then the grand prize is the $50 Amazon gift card. So make sure that you comment, and don't go crazy, of course. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for those who have read it and have left your reviews. Oh my goodness. Authors love reviews. And so thank you for taking the time to read it and review it as well. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you.